women of other races, when they got those big ass noses, the second they get to the place where they can afford to do it, they get that thing chopped off. They go and they surgically get what our Photoshop did for this woman. I stumbled across a picture of a white woman who had a really big nose. And then so I used the same the same app that I used to make my thumbnails and start playing around with it and doctored up her nose a little bit, made it a more narrow nose. And this is what I came up with. Now, the picture on the left is an actual picture of this actual woman. That's what her nose actually looks like. The only thing I changed about her is that I made her nose more narrow. Everybody that I showed this picture agreed, male and female agreed, that on that scale from 1 through 10 thing, she probably gained about 1.5 points with that smaller nose. So it then begs the question about when they're talking about featureism and all of that, and y'all prefer certain features and y'all don't like this feature or that feature, or y'all don't like our features. Even when it's on a white woman, the results are still the same. That, and I've said this, controversial as it may be, larger noses tend to not look as good on a woman. Doesn't mean that you're ugly if you're a woman with a larger nose, but typically they don't look good on a woman. Smaller, more delicate features look better on women. And women of other races, when they got those big ass noses, the second they get to the place where they can afford to do it, they get that thing chopped off. They go and they surgically get what our Photoshop did for this woman. they go and take care of that. But black women says, no, these are my true African features, my roots. This come from the motherland. I ain't changing it. You gonna love it or leave it. And so it begs the question, other women, when they have larger noses, they're like, no, part of my value is in my beauty, and I gotta compete, and I gotta be as beautiful as I could possibly be. But as black women, even when they get to the point where they got the money to do it, they like, hell no, I'm not abandoning my African features. But then they will, I was assuming most of them would agree when looking at this woman that, yeah, that big ass nose was bringing her down a bit. And just to show y'all, I'm not, this is an actual live picture of the actual live video of the live woman actually. Oh, see, y'all hear that shit? Y'all hear that? But one of them said, "Oh Jesus!" But then they'll turn around and say, "Y'all don't value our features."
No. I've never said that.
Okay, all right.
But that's so crazy. Like, that nose looks fake. It's so big, it looks fake. Like, it don't belong.
Yeah, she looked like
it's weird.
She looks like she's got some Native American, something's going on in her bloodstream.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this. I think it depends on the person and the feature. And I'll give you this example. Because yes, while we can say, the more smaller, delicate features are more appealing on a woman, women are everywhere trying to get these big, thick lips now, paying for them.
Oh, no, the lips, the lips weren't included. The lips can be big. The lips can be big, yeah.
Even if you just go on down the line, it's more appealing to have a bigger, wider set eyes, to have bigger, fuller lips, butts. We won't even go there. But for facial features, I think the nose is pretty much the nose, and then I think cheekbones have to be like really sharp and on point. But I mean, society's so fickle. Would you agree? We're so fickle because it's like we want the smaller nose, but we want the full lips, but we want the big eyes. One year we want big bushy eyebrows. Next year we want tiny little. Like, we're so funny. It's kind of ebbs and flows with time, I think. And so at some point, somebody gonna get tired. Because look at Little Kim. I wanted to use that as an example. Little Kim was gorgeous with her big nose. What we would consider, what she would consider big, shaved it down so much to the point where, I'm sorry, it's not a good look. It doesn't look appealing to me.
She looks crazy now.
To me, it does not look appealing. But I see what she was trying to do, and it just didn't go right. But so I think when women look at that African American, we look at them, we're like, nah, I'm keeping mine. Because what we have also, while we may debate that African American men might not treasure it, I don't think that's the case. I don't agree with that. But I think that other cultures of women like it. I think they like it.
Other cultures of women like what?
The African American features on a woman.
Everything but the nose.
But
okay, they are
maybe not the nose, but as far as like our features that we were naturally blessed with, because we can't just stop at the nose. Like you got a whole face. You know,
they're mimicking the lips and the in the butt and the waist to hip ratio or whatever they I mean that's what's going on. Like I've said, like, you know, coming out of the 90s, it was, you know, a skinny slender woman with big breasts sometime around Sir Mix-a-Lot, and then it gradually start progressing and getting, you know, butts start getting bigger and bigger. When Buffy the Body blew up, this was a woman who nobody looked at her and instantly said, oh, she's a dime facially. She was just a regular chick facially, but her body, her body, her booty and her waistline had her on the cover of magazines. When people saw that, I think that was when the early phases of like the BBL craze started happening. And then obviously, you know, black women started doing that, and then now everybody doing it. It's all over the place now. And so yeah, there were natural features on black women that black men saw, even when society was saying you should like this certain particular thing. Black men did find beautiful certain features that were damn near exclusive to black women. And so yes, yeah, good features, people do like it. The nose thing, that's one where, yeah, it's a tough one. It's legitimately a tough one.